Okay, here we are back in Octopath Traveler, and it is time for Cyrus's second chapter. But we have Haunted in the bar, so let's see what she has to say. Linda and I are ready to hunt beside thee. Thou needest but say the word. Sublime. Now, I did all of these side quests for this area in Tressa's Chapter 2, so if you're wondering about anything in particular, you're going to have to go to that one. So, this is complete. As such, we will be moving on to Cyrus. Hoping to solve the mysteries behind a certain ancient tome, you head to Quarry Crest. Here you seek out Odette, a former colleague who may be able to shed some light on the matter. And begin. The story so far. Cyrus left the Academy behind in search of the lost tome from the far reaches of hell. Its disappearance was a riddle, wrapped in a mystery. A riddle that piqued his scholarly curiosity. Even suffering the indignity of losing his post was a small price to pay for the opportunity of solving this fascinating puzzle. And so did Cyrus come to Quarry Crest to call upon an old colleague, who just might have the answers he seeks. So this is Quarry Crest. It's hard to believe it's been 10 whole years since Odette left the Academy. And her house was... that's right, she left directions in her letter. I should take another look. You have all the makings of a great scholar, Cyrus. But allow me to offer you a word of warning. For all your intellect, you've always been clumsy in matters of the heart. I know that your research is more important to you than anything. But you would do well to give some thought to how you treat the fairer sex. You are more handsome than you give yourself credit for. If you are not careful, you might find your words and actions misconstrued by those around you. Lucky guess. Should have known better than to read that again. The first time I read it, I nearly fell over laughing. Now it seems almost prophetic. To think I'd be banished from the Academy because of a trumped-up scandal like that. I can just see Odette laughing at me the moment I mention it.
Now then!
But there's no point worrying. I have to face her sooner or later, after all. I try to keep myself presentable, this is true. But is my face truly so easy on the eyes? Oh, woe is me, doomed to never realize the full depth of my good looks and charms. Or was that charisma? I didn't really pay attention.
If you'll forgive me.
Professor, may I ask what the letter was about? It seemed most engrossing. Oh, that? It was a message warning me about women. Huh? Oh, I don't mean it in a bad way. What it actually said was that I should be careful how I act toward women, lest I give cause for misunderstandings. Well, intelligence such as yours can be very attractive. Please, my dear. A word such as attractive must be kept in reserve for those of great beauties, such as yourself. I think maybe that's the kind of thing the letter writer was talking about. You think so, but I was merely speaking my mind. Am I not allowed to tell a beautiful woman that she is just that? Well, sometimes you can, but maybe in your case you shouldn't. I'm finding this most difficult to understand. So... we could swap out Ophelia here. Like, I'm kind of curious, did anyone new appear? I don't know if I can take that guy just yet. I'm trying to remember, who is it that gives... Oh, right, it is the scholar. Oh, boy. So, Ophelia out, Tressa in. Where is it I'm supposed to go? Here? Ah. The pains of building a village in a cliffside,
Anyhow,
you know?
here we are.
Yes, yes, I'll be right there.
It's been some time, Odette.
So I have to admit, she greeted him the way most people greet me.
You're still here. I guess I'm not suffering from fatigue-induced hallucinations after all.
It's me, Odette, in the flesh. Good to see you as hale and hearty as ever.
And you're as insufferable as ever, no doubt. What are you waiting for? Come in already.
Don't mind if I do. How did I know that would be your reaction?
We were practically joined at the hip back in the day. Just watching you go about was fun in and of itself. I always had a hunch you'd end up in trouble with the ladies, but to think it would happen with the princess of all people. Somehow, you've managed to exceed even my wildest expectations.
By expelling me, they hope to protect Her Highness's good name. Needless to say, there's no truth in any of this.
Oh, of course, of course. I'm sure it's all as you say. Her Highness and this Teresa are just your pupils. They have no romantic interest in you in the slightest. You're something else, Cyrus. But it's a relief to find your powers of observation are as keen as ever.
Huh?
Well, did you come all this way just to entertain me? If so, congratulations on a job well done.
Save your congratulations for another time. I've come in search of a certain tome. Are you perchance familiar with From the Far Reaches of Hell?
A cheery title if I've ever heard one. I can tell you that it's a compendium of ancient rites and rituals. Not that I've read it myself, of course.
I know that much. I was hoping you could tell me more.
Not much more. It touches upon necromancy, I believe.
Necromancy?
Necromancy. That said, as to what extent, I know little.
Is that so?
I was sure that if anyone could enlighten me, it would be you.
Give me a break.
Is that supposed to be flattery? Alright, just give me some time. As soon as I tackle the little pickle I'm dealing with at the moment, I'll do some investigating.
A hole?
A pickle, you say? Consider my interest piqued. I always took you for the type who'd shoot up and spat out your problems before pickles they could become. Again, I find your flattery lacking. Anyhow, since you're here, perhaps I can put you to use. As it happens, a number of people have gone missing of late.
Oh.
Under suspicious circumstances, I presume.
Naturally.
Just so. Many quite literally seem to have been spirited away. One soul went to the neighborhood provisioner to buy some foodstuffs, and never returned. Another turned a street corner only to vanish entirely, leaving his friend who was strolling with him in disbelief. All told, 10 men and women have gone missing in such a fashion in the past half-year.
Most intriguing.
How curious indeed. Don't look so disappointed, you nut job. So how about it? Do you have any ideas? It would be imprudent to jump to conclusions without conducting an investigate.
Great.
Thanks. I knew I could count on you. I'll look into that tome while you're away.
As you wish.
A fair trade, I'd say. Though I dare say that having the opportunity to solve this peculiar puzzle is a reward in itself.
I see.
It figures. Well, happy investigating. First, I should ask Godette where precisely the kidnappings have occurred.
Curious, aren't you?
So, Professor, think you can solve the puzzle? Oh, definitely. I'm very much looking forward to the challenge. Your enthusiasm certainly is charming, but don't you find the scholarly life to be exhausting sometimes? You must forgive me, but I don't see how it could possibly be. Well, you lot can never let a mystery just be. You need to figure everything out. You realize there's no end to it, that you'll never find all the answers. Life is too short to spend it with a furrowed brow and a nose forever stuck in at home. Clearly you are not a fan of natural philosophy. Still, I enjoy your refreshing frankness. There's a certain beauty to your honesty. Steady, Professor. Are you trying to sweet-talk me? What do you mean? I honestly can't tell if he's genuinely guileless or just play acting.
Well.
Leaving so soon. So you can't inquire, you have to scrutinize. Let's see now. Come to think of it, the 3 people who went missing were all last seen near the inn. It could well be a coincidence. So now we know where the incident happened. Prim out, Therion in case you're wondering. Crud. There we go. Threw the wrong one out. That was a little awkward.
Ah, yes.
I grew up here, so I'm basically an expert on this town. So, let's scrutinize. A sewer of underground canals runs all throughout this town. I don't think anyone has ventured down there in quite some time, though. Now I know about the sewers. So that's the boarded up thing back there?
Huh.
I saw it, I did. What a frightening sight. Let's see now. Seeing it happen both in the dead of night and broad daylight. Someone's walking by the inn, they turned the corner up ahead, and when I followed, they were gone, vanished into thin air. Broad daylight and dead of night.
Now then.
I do believe I have all the knowledge I need to crack the case. Near the inn. Every victim was in the general vicinity of the inn when they disappeared. We can say with absolute certainty that they did not vanish into thin air or some such nonsense. Disappearances at all hours. As such, it stands to reason that they were kidnapped. And that the kidnapper made use of a hidden path or passage to evade the public eye. Sewers. If only I could have said the skies. Would be nice if he actually had a blown out proportion response to that, but he probably doesn't. The entrance to the sewers would seem to make for an ideal escape route. Yes, doubtless the culprit stole underground to spirit his victims away.
Thusly.
I do believe I should have looked down there for myself. Professor? Hello, Professor? Hello, Tressa. Why are you shouting? I was trying to offer you some sweets, but you weren't answering me. I do apologize. Once I get to thinking about a thing, I often become lost to the world. There was a time when I was so engrossed in a book I failed to notice that my neighbor's house was on fire. Wow, being able to concentrate like that must be super handy as a scholar. But it's probably best to be a little more attentive, especially when on the road like we are. You never know what's waiting around the next corner. Quite true, Tressa, quite true. I shall endeavor to be more vigilant. She praises my focus, but it's nothing compared to hers when she's in the midst of a business negotiation. So, as per usual, we had her scene, so she's out haunted in. And we actually have a pretty good party for going into this. Haunted's falling behind in level. Well, you can remedy that a bit. Oh man, I still need her level up? Okay, luckily it's only 97. That's gonna be 1 or 2 fights. Depends on what exactly I run into. So, I am going to turn off evasive maneuvers, in case you're wondering. Unless I already did. So we're going to be going into this with a normal rate. I'll go with endless items, just in case I want to throw out something. Kind of tempted to put that on Alphen, to be honest, to see if that works on his concoctions, because that could be pretty helpful.
Aha!
Here we are. Beats the hell out of Kislev, but not as good as Trails. By the look of it, these aqueducts predate the founding of the village itself. There's a good chance many of the villagers are unaware of their existence. This calls for a thorough investigation. But I must be wary. For all I know, the culprit could be lurking in the shadows as I speak. I will proceed with caution. After all, it simply wouldn't do if I became our villain's latest victim.
Interesting.
Looks like someone's been coming in and out of the sewers. As we suspected. Muddy footprints on the floor and handprints on the wall. Recent too, the mud is still wet. I see. That is very useful information. I must say, you have a keen eye to spot such subtle signs. It's just experience. Albeit experience I never thought would be useful to you. Your experience is the result of careful study and gives you valuable skills, you see. Oh, but we don't have time for a discussion now. However interesting. Perhaps I'll share my insights later. Don't worry about it. Your lectures give me a headache. Too honest? A little, yes. That doesn't beat the whole thing about his neighbor's house burning down, though. So if not for the possibility that I could run into a locked chest, this would be Therion out there again. Wind and darkness. So, Therion, you are about to become a merchant. People may not be crazy about the costume, but I got a deal. Makeshift spear will replace with the heavy lance. Makeshift bow with the arcane bow. Oops. Skills, learn skills. I need to have Trade Tempest. And rest. The other ones aren't nearly as important. As for Therion, I need heal more. He's having a hard time down here. Snipe Saber. I'd rather keep the crit rate, to be honest. Do you have anyone else to use? Yeah, I'll give it to Ulberg. I do need to find out how to pronounce his name, to be honest, because I keep pronouncing it differently. Fire Soulstone, even though the stuff down here has been... So do these link? They do. Nothing back there. Yeah, I'm not gonna make much money off of this. Got a pomegranate. Wind spirits are a little nasty. They're weak to light and thunder in case you run into a bunch of them and need to deal with them quick. Thing is, it takes a lot of hits to break them, which is a little... I don't know if you'd say unfortunate or just annoying. It's getting kind of painful here, but... Hoping that this isn't the end, because this isn't even close to making Cyrus relevant again.
Most intriguing.
I do say, to think there were such elaborate structures under the surface.
What have we here?
He's dead.
What in the...
Heavens is this? It's as if the blood was drained from his body. What is this atop these strange patterns? Clearly some baleful sorcery has been practiced here.
It couldn't be.
These gemstones. Why, if my hypothesis is correct,
It couldn't be.
they must be composed of crystallized human blood. And yet, as if myriad hues of red are mixed together. Could it be that each gem contains the blood of multiple victims?
Preposterous!
Good gods, what horrors have been wrought here? How many innocents have been victimized by this blood-sucking sorcerer? At least now we know the motive behind the kidnappings. The villain we are dealing with is no common criminal. No, I'm loath to even call him a human being.
Why, I'll be...
Sucking the entire life from the men and women of this poor town, only to cast them away. This is a veritable demon who walked among us. One thing is clear. This monster must be stopped before he can commit any more vile deeds. As an academic, I must confess that the history of the dark arts intrigues me. But to put them into practice, this is truly beyond the pale.
Oh!
What's this? The young lady in the cell. She still lives. I must free her, lest she suffer the same fate as the others.
And who might you be?
Just a scholar of no particular repute. I was passing through and could not help but notice these odd gemstones. Are they perhaps your work? And these strange glyphs, are they not runes of High Hornburgia?
Are they now?
The tomes of ancient Hornburg were lost long ago. No ordinary scholar would be privy to this knowledge. But how could any self-respecting academic perform such horrors?
Ho ho! Seems you're more of a scholar than you give yourself credit for.
They still live, yes? If you know what's best for you, you'll free them at once.
Well, since you asked so nicely... No, I think not. A shame. If only you hadn't come poking around in my secrets. I wouldn't have minded picking your brain. Now I'll have to settle for sucking your blood!
I cannot fail!
Letting the hunt begin.
Okay, so let's take a shot at this. Suppose we'll go. Okay. So, let's drop a trade test and see how that
What is the logical course of action?
works. The bones should be weak to this.
Here we go.
No one's really injured, so I'm gonna drop a fireball and see how this. They have 2 weapon weaknesses. They're not weak to those.
What next?
Yeah, Cyrus is extremely squishy, I know.
Now, what next?
Here we go.
So I was contemplating dropping... Actually, hold on a second. He's gonna go first, so I can pop them next turn. Let's drop Icewind and see
Is
if
it
it
cold
gets
in here?
My turn.
Let's just try the dagger. Odds are one of the things they're weak to is the stick. The question is, what's the other one? Actually, I'm going to do the full power of luminescence next turn. See if I can pop those skeletons. He gets a turn here. Wow.
Shucks.
That's putting it mildly. So we need to patch up
That'll
Cyrus
do
so he
her.
lives another round. That heal him for more than he has hit points.
What
Only had that
next?
one cleric skill, you know?
winds of fortune howl.
What's this?
Interesting.
Ah, the true lesson.
I was hoping for a little
Shut
more.
up. Let's get down to work. Scorch the earth.
Didn't actually think that would kill them, but yeah, it
Letting the
kinda
hunt
did.
begin. Shucks.
So we're gonna give a first aid over to Theory.
That'll do her.
He's out of the danger zone. No info on the sword.
Interesting dilemma.
So real quick, let's analyze him.
Much to learn.
Coming, if thou darest.
So let's go for this.
Letting the hunt begin. I see.
It's probably my best bet right here.
What next? Holding back nothing.
Bring it on.
So the darkness has expired. Aha. So he has
Now,
what?
what next?
Actually, hold on. Isn't Stick supposed to be the last one? Well, regardless, Holy Light. Kinda wanted to collect off the skeletons. I don't know if he's gonna summon more or not.
Letting the hunt begin.
Go big, you know?
Now the true lesson. Sacred light to chase the darkness.
Pretty nice.
Coming.
Wow.
Here goes nothing. What have we here?
Last one's dagger. He's down to 8,000 hit points.
Out of my way.
All right.
Now, what
So we're gonna do a heal more here just to make sure everyone's topped
like
off.
no other.
I'm just gonna keep laying into him for the pops. I don't know if she has a better axe than sword like the bird does. You gonna summon your ghosts or no?
Here goes nothing.
Which one is it? It's soothing dust. Damn, I don't have anything really. I was hoping for an AoE one, but I guess we'll just do rehabilitation on Hana just to make sure that she gets these off.
Coming, if thou darest.
Didn't really want to break him, but fine.
What's this now? A miracle like no other.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
We're gonna hit him with the corrosive armor once again,
I see.
and we're gonna go to Tressa. Hey, that was nice.
Let's get down to...
What's this now?
Haven't really been tracking his hit points, but I know Haunted right here is going to be very yeah.
The hunt ends.
So Cyrus has really lagged behind. I need to try to work him into a configuration. 320 JP. Gideon's axe. Oh, crud, I forgot all about that axe I got. Omar's axe. Oh. They're still alive after all.
What in the...
It couldn't be. A copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell? Well, that's unfortunate. It's but an abridged copy, translated into the modern tongue. And aside from basic instructions on performing the rites and the reagents required, all other details have been all but omitted. Why, it doesn't even mention the possible uses of these blood crystals. What's this? A piece of parchment has been inserted between the pages. Calculations of the number of test subjects required to create one blood crystal, I see. And there's a note. First specimen successfully synthesized and delivered. Delivered? Could it be that someone commissioned that frightful stone? I can only speculate, but whoever is behind this... But could whoever is behind this be connected to the stolen tome I seek? Where am I?
Aha!
You're back with us, good miss. I'm feeling...
Are you okay?
The drugs that awful man gave you are still affecting you. Pray rest until your strength returns. Who are you?
Excuse me.
An excellent question, my dear, and one I'd be more than happy to answer. Wooing a poor girl just awakened from a coma? Have you no shame?
Come now.
Don't be silly, Odette. I was merely trying to be a gentleman. Clearly.
Now then.
At any rate, Odette, there is a favor I would ask of you. Another one? Notice my complete lack of surprise.
The truth is...
I found on our kidnapper's person an abridged translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell.
What was that?
You're kidding. Needless to say, this could be a tremendous lead.
Thusly...
I need to find out where and by whom the volume was translated. Let me have a look. Whoever bound this spared no expense.
Indeed.
I thought the same. There are few bookmakers in the realm that could produce such a tome. Fine, I'll help.
You have my gratitude. Aha!
Eureka! No, man, her name is Odette. Did you find something? The thin yet sturdy pages are characteristic of paper made from the finest pine wood. While the texture of the vivid red binding reveals it as unmistakably tanned lambskin. There's only one place in the realm where both can be found in sufficient quantities.
Which means that...
Stoneguard. I am certain of it. So that's where you'll travel.
Yes.
Where else? I must track down this tome, Odette. And I must do so before any more horrors can be unleashed upon our fair realm.
I see.
I wasn't asking, you know. So head southwest out of town. Thing is, we need to go get Ulbrich. First up, Alphen. Or is it Hanan? No, Hanan first.
Forgive me.
I care not to boast, but I have experience in hunting wild goats. Oh, no, that's interesting. Their fur and hide are highly valued, especially when unmarred by wounds. Instead of using a bow, I often build traps when I hunt goats. I see. I stalk the quarry, then herd it towards my pit, or snare it until it is caught. Different means for different prey. Hunting is not as simple as it seems. In all things, thou must find the proper way to achieve thy goal. Would thou eat soup with a fork? Steak with a spoon? Excellent examples, both. You state your case most persuasively. You have a talent for teaching. Perhaps it's something you might pursue in the future. Me, a teacher? I think not. You seem very sure about that. I prefer the hunt. Well, pedagogy's loss is hunting's gain, I dare say. So real quick, do I lose that or can I still pull it up here? Because otherwise you have to use a very specific party. Okay. Alphen, my friend, you seem melancholy. It's nothing. Yet I am worried that it is in fact something. Well, I can't stop thinking about them poor folk that got sacrificed. It's an awful thing. People ain't tools to be used. Knowledge is a tool that can serve noble ends, or wicked depending on who wields it. What matters is the nature of the person who uses the tool, the disposition of their heart. Yours, for example, is full of goodness, and I believe that any knowledge is safe in your hands. Ah, leave off it, Professor. I've got my brain full of just trying to learn all I can about medicine. In any case, I feel sick thinking about all this. I need to wash my hands or something. Use this. A handkerchief. Thank you, Professor. I believe I shall learn much from this man. Okay, so we need to get the last line. Ulbrich for Therion. So let's see if it pops up on this screen. Okay, let's try to leave and see if that'll be where we need to get the final line. Let me just double check. It is Ulbrich, right? So pulling up my list. Of course it got moved. Yes, Ulbrich has the final word in Cyrus Chapter 2. Ophelia has it in 3 and Tressa in 4.
You're still here.
I am, but not a moment longer. Thank you for everything, Odette. I am in your debt.
You helped out a little here. What say we call it even? Be safe, Cyrus. I have a hunch you're poking around in something far more sinister than either of us can imagine.
I am well aware of the danger. I will exercise due caution.
Due caution? I'll believe it once you quit diving headfirst into whatever you think smells of mystery.
A man cannot so easily change his God's-given disposition.
You said it was 15 years ago that the tome was stolen.
That I did. What of it?
As you may recall, the then headmaster of the academy died under mysterious circumstances that very same year.
And you believe the two incidents are connected somehow?
No, I just like spouting valedictory trivia. But now that you mention it, the disorder following the incident would offer a convenient opportunity to misappropriate an article from the archives. Wouldn't you say?
Your insight is invaluable and appreciated. I will keep this in mind.
I mean it, Cyrus. Be careful out there.
I will, and I'll return as soon as I get to the bottom of this. You have my word.
I'll be waiting with bells on.
And so Cyrus bid Quarry Crest farewell. The translated volume he recovered from the villain, pointing him to his next destination, Stoneguard in the Highlands, where the original copy of the tome he sought surely lies. Cyrus forged on in search of the truth. Is something troubling you, my friend? You suddenly have a weird look about you. Don't stop and don't look back, but I feel eyes upon us. Someone watching you? It would well behoove us to trust your instincts. The question is who? Let us track them out of hiding and find out. Compel them to confess their intentions. We could try, but if they escape, we will only have served to alert them. Then only one other avenue is open to us. What would that be? Continue on our way, pretending that we have noticed nothing and let them make the first move. If that be your advice, so be it. But you must be our lookout. Do not let your guard slip. Knowing one's enemy is the first step to defeating him. I cannot tell you if you're courageous or ignorant of the danger. And with that, we are done here. So, next area that we go to, by the way, Stonecrest should be all the way over here. Our Stone Guard. Was Grand where I was thinking of. So yeah, should we do Haunted last? I was kind of thinking about that. So Ophelia is pretty low in terms of danger. So yeah, we're gonna do Ophelia next. And then we will, I don't know. You guys probably won't get to see this video before I have to make the call Ulrich or Haunted, but I really don't mind whichever one of those is next. Both of them are really solid members. So, without anything further to do, I am the hero of light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.